Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal, panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a muff.
Welcome to the 5-1 Huddle podcast. It's your host Isaiah Walters with Coach Dlane. Excited another episode today. We got Eric Crocker in the house from Stockton. Happy to have you, man. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for coming out, Coach. Definitely appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, excited to have you here. Seeing Coach Crocker a few times on the 7-on-7 scene. And, I played against one of his high school team. And definitely gave us a run for our money. Beat us. He had a good squad. And I definitely like the way you had him coached up. So that's what made me definitely reach out to you for sure.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that.
Of course.
Sounds good. Yeah, I seen, Coach Dlane told me about Eric as a guest. I was excited. I seen a lot of his takes on Twitter. I'm a football junkie. I try to, follow and see every, football guy I can on social media. So happy to have you on the show, man. So let's start it off. Tell us about your football journey, where it started and, where it's led you to.
Man, it started, and it kind of ties back into like why I do what I do now. We're coaching 7-on-7, but like a lot of these kids grew up single mom, you know what I'm saying? Dad in and out of jail, feel me? And then when I was like 9, my mom told me like, oh, that's not your dad. Like, this other guy's your dad. Like, so I had to deal with that. You feel me? And then, I didn't really have anybody. I mean, I looked up to like, Deion Sanders and them, Charles Woodson, like those guys. But as far as like, around me, I didn't really have nobody like going to college like that or any like, visual heroes. So I didn't really, I wanted to play, I love football, always loved football. Like just how y'all see me on Twitter talking about football all the time. Like when I was in 4th grade, like I used to record on the VHS, I record the games on Sundays and then like I can watch them throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? But like, nobody talked to me about like education and stuff and like what it took to go to college. So it was like, oh yeah, I want to go D1, but I never really thought it was possible. So I didn't really care about school, grades. So I slacked off big time and I ended up going to like Delta College for a year. And then, I had moved out of mom's crib, went to Delta, and y'all know how it is. Like you get to like college and Delta, there's a lot of people there. So I'm seeing all these different girls and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting caught up in that.
You out there in the mix.
Man, you feel me? So I'm getting caught up in all that. And, I meet this little girl and we end up getting cool and everything. And next thing you know, like we have a kid. So now I'm 19. I know, you know what I'm saying? And then I flunked out, bad grades again. So I ended up flunking out. I was out of school, everything for like 3 years. So just working like, warehouse jobs, stuff like that. And then finally when I got back in, one of my best friend, you see him, he got the tattoo, he be out there.
Okay.
He got tattoos on his face.
Yeah,
so that's like my brother, that's my best friend. So he got out of jail. He was like, man, we need to be like playing football. So that's how I ended up going back at the age of 21. I went to MJC, Modesto Junior College. Okay. And I earned a scholarship from there. And then I went to Arkansas Monticello D2, University of Arkansas Monticello. And
how was that, Coach? Like the transition from coming out here from North Cali?
Man, like it was terrible. Like
nothing like Cali, huh, man?
It ain't nothing like Cali, bro.
I seen you tweet that earlier. I went to school in Louisiana. I tell them all the time, man, ain't nothing like Cali, baby.
It sound good to go somewhere else, man. Like, and I done been all over now, but like real, like for real, like bro. When I got off that flight to Arkansas, bro, it was just trees. It ain't now. All you see is like, you see the white people or black people. Like I'm like, man, where the like Asian girls at? Where the Mexicans? You know what I'm saying? They ain't had none. Like where the taco trucks? Like they ain't had none of that.
No Mexican.
You know what I'm saying? So
South,
like, it was a culture shock for real, and that's when I really started seeing like, yeah, people like for real racist. And, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing all that type of stuff, and it was a huge culture shock. But I love football, so I was out there. I did my thing, and next thing I know, I had an opportunity to go play arena ball and jumped on that. I ended up starting every game my rookie year. And
Coach, before you go there, how did you do pro day?
Nah, I ain't do no pro
You
day.
didn't even do pro day.
wow,
Okay, I was gonna ask you how your pro day numbers was. Okay.
Yeah, nah, I ain't do
Okay.
no pro day, and yeah, I ain't do no pro day.
And what year is this?
So this is because I played University of Arkansas Monticello. I played 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Okay.
So as soon as that 2011 season was on, I already had my contract for Arena. So I just jumped on that because I knew, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I didn't have like
You knew your
great
projection.
numbers. I wasn't like a huge prospect or anything like that. Like I
What's
knew
your
I wasn't gonna
size?
run no 4.4.
What was your
6'1".
size?
I'm legit 6'1".
6'1".
You know what I'm saying? I was 190.
Okay.
You know, I listed at 6'2", but I knew I wasn't gonna run no blazing 40 or anything like that somebody from a D2 might need.
Yeah.
So I just jumped on Arena. You know what I'm saying? And it was the highest level. So I'm like, cool. And I never really thought anything would come from it. I just wanted to keep playing ball. And I mean, long story short, next thing, you know, workouts came and NFL and all that, and yeah, nah, it was crazy.
How was your time with the Jets, coach? I seen you told me.
Man, yeah, it was dope, man. I wish it, I wish it was longer, obviously, but you know, just I got there, I signed in like February, and you know, when I finally reported, you know, it's Cromartie there, and these are people. Revis, these are people I grew up watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now my locker right next to Revis, like, first person to greet me was Cromartie, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's up, Croc? Like, they didn't know who I am, you know what I'm saying? But so, you know, that was hella cool. Tim Tebow, you know what I'm saying? He was on the team. So
Was that Rex team? Was that Rex?
Yeah, Rex, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So Rex, like, man,
Sanchez
I tell
was your
everybody,
quarterback?
yeah, Sanchez, Geno Smith.
Was you on that team with the butt fumble?
Nah, that was like the year before or something like that.
Okay.
But we had Geno Smith. Yeah.
That was the year they drafted him, right?
Yeah, that was the year they drafted D. Milliner.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sheldon Richardson. So, and we were all tight 'cause we were all rookies. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, it was a great experience, man. I tell my peoples all the time, like, the thing I wish that like the homies could experience is like, you get all the food you want. You get all the, you know what I'm saying? You get all the Gatorades, all the naked drinks. Like, then when you get done working out, they got your shake ready for you with your name on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all those things. Like, not even like, you know, like money and, you know, whatever.
And coach, I didn't even make it to that level, and I tell a lot of my friends and younger cousins the same thing, just about school, college. You feel me? I try to push that on them. You feel me? Because I think it was like a bill that came out a year or two ago. Like, junior college is free, so I try to push that to a lot of the youth people. Yeah. Now, California, you can go to junior college. It's almost, and you do your financial aid. It's almost like they paying you to go to school. So, you know, just to have that experience. College is all about, I think, it's an experience, and every young person should have that experience and enjoy that moment in lifetime for sure.
And you know, we all grew up probably similar, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times all we know is our environment, you know what I'm saying? And in Stockton, like, that was all I knew. So, you know, when I, you know, start making it out of there, and, you know, even when I went off to college, you know, for spring break, we went to Panama, like, beaches is flooded with, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was an experience for me. And, like, those are the type of things I try to tell kids, like, man, you got somebody that's willing to pay for your education, and you get to do all these different things and travel to different places, man. Like, you gotta take advantage of it, but they don't know. Like, they don't know its reality. So sometimes, you know, they don't put their all into it. And that's why I do 7-on-7, try to tell these kids, like, you know, you can do it, you just gotta start now. You know what I'm saying? Start now. So I went down, I've been coaching the high school team, but I went down and coached the middle school squad so I can get a core group and then just move up with them. But along the way, you know, I'm pushing them to do better. We working out, we training, we doing all these different things. You know, if you need help with grades, let me know. Like, you know, providing tutors, all these different things, make sure they don't make the same mistakes I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that mentor is someone they need right there. That's important.
Go ahead, sir.
I was going to ask you about what the Croc Time U is. Tell us about what that is. Yeah,
so when I finally got done, I mean, we started talking about the Saber Cat, you know, season, but when I finally got done, this was late 2015. I had seen, so there's a receiver, his name was Darian Graham, right? And he had like almost 2,000 receiving yards, right? He was like Prairie All-American out there in Stockton. I'm just like, what the hell are these cornerbacks doing? You know what I'm saying? That's my first thing, you know what I'm saying? So this was at a time, really, if we we probably lose sight of it a little bit right now because there's so much of it, but there wasn't a lot of DB training in. Like, you didn't really hear about it. There was nowhere. And I was like, who's going to teach these dudes? There's no DB coaches like that.
Specific techniques when you say that.
Yeah,
too.
there was none of that. There was like, now you see it everywhere. But 2015, if somebody was kind of like rewind, you didn't see it at all. So I was like, man, I need to figure out a way to work out with all these kids. So this guy that runs Elevate, he was like, man, Croc, why don't you come up with something where you train DBs and you call it something? And I was like, all right. And I was just like, I'm trying to think of something where you get educated or something. I'm like, Croc Time University. Like, okay, I'm gonna run with that. So I just ran with that. And that's how I got into that. So I train DBs, of all ages, and I just work with them on the very basics, man. I mean, backpedal, break on a 90. But I try to focus on different things. Like, all right, yeah, we're gonna backpedal, break on a 90, but we're gonna make sure we put our right foot in. You gotta drive this foot forward. You have to, drive with your eyes this way. So we're driving the receiver and then look back. Just try to teach them good habits. So things just as little as that, I think kind of help shape a young defensive back.
Coach, this year was my first year coaching high school, and I tell a lot of people this, and I want to know what you think about it as far as coaching with these young kids. Do you see the lack of attention to the game from these kids? Because like I was coaching this year, and I coached receivers and DBs, and I had a receiver, a few of them. I'll tell them, during scout, I'm like, hey, go line up over there, run the comeback for me, or go run the street, a stick and knot. Didn't know none of the terminology, none of the. I'm like a stick and knot. I'm like, man, that's on Madden. I'm like, y'all kids don't play Madden, so I'm like, man, the best thing you can do is watch the game. If anything, like y'all go home, y'all playing on Fortnite. This is for the young players out there. Y'all playing Fortnite, man. Go sit down, cut on the game. The best thing you can really do is YouTube. YouTube clips to show you everything. You just pull it up. They got everything, man. And sometimes I'm disappointed because then I hear some of the older veteran players from other leagues too, basketball, and they all say like the younger guys they don't really have that love for the game sometimes, and that I see why they question it. I see why. I got frustrated at times this year coaching. This is my first year because it's like, damn, do y'all not like care for it? Like I feel like I care sometimes a little more than some of my players. So you feel me? How you feel about that? Just
my outlook is like you're spot on, man, and it starts with they don't watch the game.
Yeah, I see.
And actually, I think the root of it is, and we probably don't think about it like this, but cell phones and social media, and what it is. Yeah, this era is like a microwave era. You know what I'm saying? Like they want everything right now, and they can get everything right now. And I think that's a big issue. I think it's taking away a lot of their focus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they can't sit and watch a football game for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? They can't sit and watch a basketball game for 2.5 hours because they're used to everything just right now. And after 10 minutes, they're focused on something totally different. They've lost focus of what, so a lot of these kids, back to what you were saying, they don't let a game like that, and it's because they don't watch the game like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how we're super into it, we watch it, we break it down and stuff like that. A lot of these kids, and they don't care. You had Josh Allen from Kentucky, right, the edge rusher. He won some award. It was like the Ronnie Lott award, and he's like, who's Ronnie Lott?
That's yeah.
For real?
Swear to God.
See that.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Ronnie.
He had to Google who Ronnie Lott was.
Ronnie, the missing finger. Come on, man.
Like, how you not know?
Gladiator on the field.
And it's like, I feel like there's certain people, no matter what era you're in, you should know who they are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We all know who Dick Buckets is. We all know Jim Brown. And we all should know who Ronnie Lott is.
And we're decades away from that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
That's how you know we love the game to where we went back and
one thing I think we forget about, like I remember when I was younger, like I'm a big time, I was a big time Raider fan. I knew, all right, watch the Raider game. If I wanted to see highlights of that game, I had to catch that ESPN time. I had to catch that time. Right. Or, it wasn't going to be up on YouTube. I couldn't watch it. There was no YouTube. So I feel like today, I'm like, I could watch that later. I can watch that full game on YouTube later. Exactly. Or it's just like, there was no urgency to watch it as today. And I feel like as when we were younger, there was urgency because I could not catch this at a certain time.
Right.
And there was no watch the game later. It was like, well, I was trying to think, I know NFL.com didn't have the NFL 22 then. So,
right.
You missed the game. You missed the game unless you knew someone in the NFL, like, can I get a game tape? So now, so I think it was more urgency.
Wasn't no Huddle, none of that.
Yeah, I had to catch the ESPN highlights or I catch the actual game or I couldn't watch it. Or I had DVR. I didn't have DVR.
Come on, man. These kids falling asleep with Fortnite and Netflix on. I remember I used to fall asleep with SportsCenter on, wake up with SportsCenter coming on, seeing the same highlights from the night before.
But look at the rappers. Lil Wayne talking about SportsCenter. That's all he watch. No rapper don't mention that now. Even the music was different.
Well, these rappers don't even. I just heard a little clip of a dude saying he don't even like music. Like he just. Does it just
was
cause?
that, what's his name? Blueface dude or him or something?
Yeah, he said it too.
He was a former football player too. He's a quarterback.
You know, but it's this whole era, man. Like they don't really truly have a passion for anything. A lot of it is what it looks like.
Babies and they got
you know what I'm saying? It's what it looks like. So you know, I can play for Elevate, and we're gonna look cool, and we're gonna have these cool little uniforms, and we all get cleats and gloves, and you know, and it looks cool taking a picture on Instagram, but they're not doing anything to get better. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing anything. They're not. Most of them. Now there are. You're always gonna have a few that want it. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a free training session on what day? Wednesday morning. I had 3 kids show up. Like I had more kids show up.
Free though.
I had more kids show up for paid sessions than a free session. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows like, you know, it's the era. Like they just.
Like the 2000 babies, coach. That's what I call them. They something else, man.
So, you know, as far as, you know, you talking about coaching, like, it's, right now we have to figure out a way to identify with these kids and figure out what it is that we can do to kind of reel them in. So I know, you know, this is my second year coaching high school football. My first year was at the end of 2015. And, but yeah, this is my first year coaching since then. But I'm planning on at Lincoln High School in Stockton.
Okay.
And I'm planning on, like, you know, on Sundays, come over, we're going to watch football. You know what I'm saying? Like, every Sunday, like, I'm going to have pizza for y'all, whatever y'all want, come watch football. And I think that, you know, we have to figure out different ways to identify with these kids because they don't.
I think you're spot on. I think, you know, a lot of coaches or people involved in football are trying to, like, you know, go against what the youth want. I think you have to, what works for you. Like, this is not old school. This is not my generation. Like, every generation changes. I think bringing that part, like, or let's say you do film on Sundays, make it cool, like yeah, social media out, yeah, man, we out here watching film, make it cool, yeah, you know, because everyone wants to show social media, so let them know, like, let social media get that extra work in this Sunday, you know, and I think kids will like that, you know, the youth will like that, like, they like to show the positive, that's what social media is, showing the positive, so they're showing, look, I'm about to feel getting that extra work.
And Coach, you know what I wanted to touch on, because you talked about it with Elevate. It's a perfect segue to get to the 7-on-7 talk. I really appreciate the fact that you got the middle school team, though, and more so connecting to what we were just talking about this era. And I think we got when you say we got to affect these kids and touch them in a way where we can affect change, I think it starts with them younger kids, like you were saying. The younger kids, because me and Zay, he don't work there no more. We work for a corporation where we mentor and coach young kids across the bridge. And I sit there at recess sometimes, man, and I watch these kids. Nobody's on the basketball court. Nobody's on the playground. They all sitting down. They on the bench and bleachers, and they're staring at the screen.
Right.
And it's crazy to me. I'm like, bro, I remember we used to come back from recess and lunch sweating because we on the blacktop going hard. Nobody on the blacktop. Nobody. None of these kids, man. I'm like, they addicted to these screens. And, man, Apple AirPods and iPhones.
What else was I gonna do at lunch? My phone was nothing. I couldn't go. It was no apps, or I could text. You know, I could text, make a phone call.
And I think that's the difference.
What else I was gonna do at lunch? You know.
But it's crazy to me because they might just be sitting there snapping their friend that's 10 feet away from them.
But think about this: if let's say you're a shy kid, right? I'm shy, right? Okay, well, certain moments I couldn't escape my shyness, right? I can't be by myself at lunch, or you know what? I want to have some homies. I gotta go chill with them. Well, I feel like with the phone, I'm shy. You know what? Let me escape my own world. I'm not getting forced to push to be social or getting pushed to. Or I'm shy. Well, I like basketball, so I can fit in with this group and just hoop at lunch. I don't have to talk to them. I can hoop. You know, so I think it kind of feeds into people. I
think it make their social skills kind of raw and not.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see it with like the mentoring services and working with kids. Like I see a kid, what's up, man? How you doing? Hi, like I'm like, man, what's up? I'm just saying, you know, walk down the hallway, say hello. They're nervous, just say hello, like, you know. And it's different era, but.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, how do you think 7-on-7 has impacted college football?
Man, you know, I don't know, you know, directly with college football because I'm not in college football, so I can't see it from their lens. But I think that it should help. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's done the right way and these kids are learning, a lot of times they're getting better coaching than they are at their high school. Because I heard, you know, Proven Grounds guy on, and he was talking about how, you know, a lot of these the guys with the 7-on-7 are former players, where a lot of these coaches at high schools are teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that probably never even played the game.
My uncle, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So they're getting better coaching and stuff like that. A lot of, former college players, pro players, stuff like that. It should be better if used right. But we have, not to call anybody out, but I saw, I talked about FSP. It's one of the better programs in the nation in 7-on-7 from Seattle.
Okay.
Where they just added a receiver from Oakland. Like a 4 or 5 star receiver. He's like the number 4 receiver in the nation or something.
Okay.
So he's playing with them in this tournament coming up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got him." But it's just like, how is that? Like, does he practice with you guys? Have you guys taught him how to run a route? Have you guys?
And there's a few teams on the 7-on-7 turkey that do
Oh,
that.
No,
we ain't gonna throw them on names.
Yeah, I understand.
They be
But
recruiting players, man. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're not practicing with these kids, like you said.
So it's like, I really use it as a tool.
And you invest time in
practice, work with these kids, show them, hey man, if we're running cover 3 and you can run it cover 3 from a press, you can run it from a off coverage. Just make sure you're reading 2 to 1. If 2 goes vertical, you have to continue to carry. If 2 goes away right now, basically turns a man. But like I'm being able to teach these kids those different things, and they're actually learning something instead of just somebody just saying, hey, you got this, or hey, just go play man. Hey, here's a card, just run this route. I'm actually showing these kids. I got a kid from Calaveras County, white kid. He ain't been around black dudes like that, you know what I'm saying? But nobody ever taught him how to run a route. He keeps hopping in and out of his break. And so I'm showing, like, no, you got to, okay, right here. Those little things, like, you got to, I use it to develop these kids, like, truly develop them and teach them the game. And I think other people just do it just to win. And that's cool.
Yeah.
It looks good, but how's that really helping, some kids that, I don't want to say no names, but there was this kid on this program, big recruit, tons of offers, but he was still super raw.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you've been with this program for how long, and your routes are still like this, or you're still doing this, or you're still doing that. Like, you're just an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that program wasn't doing anything for him.
They're not working on the craft with the kids.
You're an athlete, so they can throw the ball to you and you can snag the ball with one hand. Like, all right, but are they really preparing you for what's next? And that's what, I try to do.
Okay.
That's good. I think you lead in the 7-on-7. I think a lot of coaches should, lean towards that way. I think 7-on-7 is going to take that next step once it's like, AAU, when NFL players start sponsoring their own 7-on-7 teams. I think they'll take that AAU type level. I mean, it already is, but I think you'll get more quality coaches when you start getting that higher sponsorship from. Because I feel like it's new in a way where, there's no guy like, oh, I'm a rookie in the NFL and I start, I have my own 7-on-7 team, because I think it's that new, but I think it's going in the right direction.
Definitely.
Yeah, when I started, 2016, that was the first year, I didn't know what it was like that.
Yeah.
I just,
3 years ago?
I just knew 7-on-7 from what we did in high school over the summer.
Yeah.
And then I went to the first tournament. Yeah, with your high school team for a month or so. And we went to our first tournament. I'm like, ooh, this kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I really didn't know what it was. Now, you can't go anywhere without somebody knowing what 7-on-7 is. So that's great. It's growing, and I think it's going to continue to grow. It's just some people, depend on what they're in it for.
All right, so we're gonna get into spring ball. We got it just started a few days ago. I believe Georgia's got up and running. Clemson starts this week. A lot of contenders this year. I'm really curious to see how Alabama's going to bounce back this year. We got Clemson as heavy favorites, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, OU. Coach Dlane, who you looking forward to see this year in college football?
Definitely Bama, and primarily why is because I want to see the staff. I want to see how they bounce back this year after a pretty embarrassing performance, I thought. Versus Clemson. Lawrence did his thing, him and Dabo. So I definitely just want to. And I also heard, I don't want to say it was an excuse or whatever, but you hear chirping after the title game. They say, oh, this might have been one of Saban's worst defensive staffs ever or whatever. So
Scapegoat.
Scapegoat. So I want to see how they bounce back. I know Saban's gonna be riding them pretty tough. My guy, Coach Scott, is the defensive backs coach over there. He recruited me to my college, so definitely wishing him some some success over there.
You know, Bama's they're paying their staff the highest in college football, $7.5 million to their staff. That's not counting Nick Saban's salary. It's ridiculous. I believe they're trying to come back in full force. They got a lot of returners. Eric, what do you think about Bama?
Well, first of all, I'm disappointed that you guys didn't bring up no West Coast schools. Y'all talked about all SEC, ACC. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what USC is going to do. Are they going to bounce back? They got they got Daniels. You know what I'm saying? They got St. Brown. Like, what? That was I mean, what they win 5 games?
There's one big issue with USC though. His name is Coach Hilton.
Yeah. I'm just I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, so you know what I'm saying. We got a nice little quarterback over there. You know what I'm saying, transfer from Ohio State. But going to school in the South made me like really kind of like my West Coast schools more because they think we suck out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still a Miami fan because that's what I grew up on, watching Andre Johnson, McGahee, Gore, all those guys. Antro Roll, Mike Rump, all those guys. But I love Pac-12 football, and it's at a bad state right now. Maybe for a lot of reasons that we talked about. Too much stuff going on here on the West Coast.
While we talking Pac-12, let me ask you guys a question, man. What's going on over at UCLA, and what's going on with Chip? Why Chip can't recruit right now, it seems like?
Well,
is it because of the stench he left at... I'm an Eagles fan. Is it because of the stench he left in Philly? Because...
Or San Francisco.
It's so bad I forgot about that stint. I forgot that was 1 year, right?
Yeah, 1 year.
It was so bad I forgot about it.
Time moves on.
And the crazy thing is he innovated like almost this new wave of how they're spreading the ball out.
Yeah.
Not innovated, but like he was one of the pushing it in college football. So I'm saying, why was he there and now he's falling down here?
Innovating, I feel like I was more behind Mike Leach. I think he kind of innovated.
Urban Meyers did it too.
Yeah.
Before.
I
just meant like pushing it.
Yeah, you talk.
Yeah,
you talk. I think Chip. It's just not Chip Kelly. It's not. You're not Oregon. You're not the Flash. You're not recruiting the same. What you're doing is not.
He's in LA. Why he can't get?
It takes a little. It takes a little minute to get the guys in there that you want. He wasn't it DTR?
Yeah.
The quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and he didn't look good. But UCLA isn't. That's a tough school to coach at because.
Great requirement.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get in there. So off top, you're recruiting. You're going against USC, and you're in the same area as that. And it's like, man, a kid who has iffy grades. Am I going to go to SC or am I going to go to UCLA? I'm going to go to SC.
Or the SEC.
And USC has more tradition. You know what I'm saying? So, or the SEC. Or I'm just going to bounce, I played with a dude in the Arena League. His name is Carl Moore, right? And Carl Moore, he's from Sacramento, Cordova. Went to a JUCO, Sierra.
Went to that JUCO.
Yeah. So he went to Sierra. Well, he was the number 1 receiver in the nation in junior college. And he could have went anywhere I'm like, man, he was like, yeah, man, ST, they came woo. Now I'm going to Florida. I don't want to play weak-ass Pac-12. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? And he went to Florida. He played with like Tebow and all the Hernandez and all them dudes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. Look at Najee Harris. Like, all right, I'm the recruit. I'm going to Bama. I'm not going to, I think the top players from, I think Pac-12 just getting the secondary, the litter. And of course, you're going to get that 1 5-star from the area that's going to stay home. But I just see like every day, I'm watching Oklahoma. Oh, so-and-so from Cali, so-and-so. I'm watching like our Cali guys, hey, I'm out. And why not? Why not go play in the SEC where the best is? I think it's losing that feel of like, I mean, even in like 05, people were still going to Cal. Cal was getting, a lot of players from SAC, a lot of people from LA.
We had Lavelle Hawkins. I was just talking about Lavelle Hawkins, you know what I'm saying? He was balling over there.
So it's
Cal,
not
and I know for years it seemed like Cal just don't really recruit in their backyard.
Well, I just went to Cal. I went to a practice.
They starting to do it more, I think, with Wilcox.
Struggling a little bit.
They are still.
It's you just look at that team and it's like, man, they can't play against no SEC.
The only person holding the Pac-12 up right now is UW. Up there with Coach Peterson. He's the one of the best coaches to me in college football.
I like their defense too, Coach Lake.
Good defense. They recruit well. They recruit a certain type of player though.
They just got a DB coach from San Jose State. Their cornerback coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, I can't think of his name right. Will Harris.
Okay. So out of all the Pac-12 teams, who do you think has the most legit shot? And this is for either Coach Dlane or Eric, either one of y'all, to make some noise to have a shot at the playoff next year?
Washington.
Washington, without a doubt, right?
Easy.
Do you think Stanford going to bounce back this year? This is a down year for Shaw and them.
Stanford.
Love is back.
They have that new court.
Bryce Love's he in the draft.
Yeah, they had that 5-star QB. He redshirted, so he comes back this year because they had that same starter who was back-to-back years. So,
I like their secondary. I do like some of their DBs. They do have some nice DBs, but Stanford. I mean, it's just like UCLA. It's kind of hard. So you got to hope that quarterback can really just. I heard you guys talking about a quarterback. Being able to win with nothing around him. Right? I heard you guys talking about that on the pod. And at Stanford, it's kind of like that. Like you're gonna have to win. You're gonna have to elevate the talent around you. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a Christian McCaffrey back there, it's gonna be kind of tough if you're Stanford.
Or during Luck's time.
When he was there, he had Ty Montgomery. They had some weapons.
Yeah, he had Ty Montgomery. That was one of his guys.
No, I'm forgetting about the big white boy, the first one that went to the Vikings.
Could you stay?
Oh, you talking about Toby Gerhardt? You talking about running back? I didn't know if you talking about running back.
I'm saying back with
I remember Gerhardt.
Yeah, Gerhardt was Luck.
Yeah, he was splitting some carries.
No, Stanford always had some running backs that their tight ends. I feel like they have a tight end on every NFL team. Yeah, with Ertz, the Saints had one tight ends. The Bengals got, they have the tight ends.
How y'all feel about the state of Ohio State right now with Meyer being gone and they got the new transfer kid coming in? They got I heard he like a baby Murray. I ain't seen much film on him yet, the Justin Fields kid, but I heard he's kind of electrifying. How y'all feel about that?
I watched him play. He got snaps last year for Georgia, and I didn't see no damn Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Okay.
He was more just a black quarterback. I don't know. I think was
it deer in headlight because he was a freshman.
All they did was a lot of times they just brought him in to run.
Yeah.
They didn't bring him in to really like drop back and throw.
Okay, it was more sub packages and stuff.
Yeah, it was just like a sub pack. Like it was like we have a package for him, and at that time it just wasn't kind of like Tebow when they had Chris Leak and they would bring in Tebow just to run dive those type of things. So I don't know because they didn't really throw with him a lot. His packages was more just, come in and run the ball. For the most part, they would do like little, almost like Wildcat, but he's an actual quarterback.
Okay. I mean, but didn't your boy Kyler get to a rocky start too? I know he can still throw.
No, but I think Kyler Murray was balling at A&M. Didn't he ball like?
Yeah, I think he left for other reasons.
But then he left,
Other reasons?
Yeah, I think he went. Okay. I mean, he went to Oklahoma. That's an upgrade, I feel like, as a program.
He came right after Johnny, though, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He came right after him.
Okay.
But I look at more, Fields to me, like you said, I seen him play as more just run plays. But I think what's telling us, he knows for a fact, I'm not going to play over FROMM next year. It's going to be the same type of running thing. But to me, what's telling is the quarterback, Martell, who was a 5-star recruit out of Bishop Gorman, left Ohio State once Phil got there. Mm-hmm. So I think to me that shows at least he knows, all right, Phil's got the shot to throw. He can take my spot. And they're running that same offense, which will be friendly for Fields at Ohio State.
Yeah, Dave's running Myers.
Yeah, he's running Myers' offense. He was the coordinator forever. So, I'm interested to see. I don't think Fields is going to be better than Haskins this year. I don't think he's going to be better than J.T. Barrett. And you don't have.
He might have like a Jalen with Jalen Hurts.
I don't know how you felt, Eric. I mean, his athleticism didn't look like Kyle Murray like a better athlete to me when he
right. Yeah, it didn't look like anything that was just. Really but I mean, he's solid. He's a solid athlete. I mean, he was a big time recruit.
But he could play in the SEC.
He can play. Okay. I think he's gonna be fine. It's kind of like Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, there we go. That's
similar.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. From Clemson.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a loaded
like
team.
That, but he's smaller though, right? He's a smaller guy.
He's 6'3". Fields is small.
Now Fields is kind of big. He got size.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, he just was a crazy high school. He put up crazy high school numbers like Murray. That's what he did.
Okay.
See, we got my Hurricanes. We got to take Martell though. So you know what I'm saying. I'm excited. Man, we've been in the quarterback for so long, man. And you have Rozier like a couple years ago, man. Like if we had a quarterback, we would have had a legit shot to play in the national title game. Maybe not win.
At the U, who they got?
It's Rich still.
Yeah, Rich. Yep.
Okay.
Rich. However you say his name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to Oklahoma. They got Jalen Hurts transferred over. I'm excited to see Oklahoma this season. Lincoln Riley, back-to-back Heisman winners at quarterback under his offense. I believe he's one of the top offensive minds in college football. I'm interested to see I think we're gonna see the best of Jalen Hurts this year. After sitting behind Tua last year and his early success with Alabama. What are your thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, Hurts. I always I used to talk down on him. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was at Bama, to basically say he was a running back. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even a quarterback. He make a throw here and there. But I am excited to see him in this offense. It's a different style offense. We'll see if they tailor it to his game or if they just improve on what his game is. So that's kind of what I'm more excited to see.
I'm a believer in Riley too.
If he's going to progress into more of a passer. Because I've seen him make the passes, just not consistently. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I'm a believer in Lincoln at where I think he might be able to get him on that track. And if he can, he'd be a hell of a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think this year we see really what type of coach Lincoln Riley is. I mean, Baker was, he's a great quarterback. As we see his success in the NFL.
Perfect situation.
Yeah, Kyle Murray. I mean,
last 2 years.
Amazing athlete. Great, everyone knew the talent was there. So I'm interested to see what he does with Jalen Hurts this year.
I got a young boy at Oklahoma, man. He told me he's doing solid, nothing special right now, but he said Hurts in practice looking solid right now.
I think Lincoln's going to make sure he does what he does. What you run well, we're going to make sure you keep running well. Make sure easy throws, a lot of screens. They have Lamb, that big-time receiver there.
Your boy coming back too, right? The running back. Is he coming back, the one that got hurt last year?
Anderson, yeah, he's coming back.
Lincoln might lean on him early if he sees, how he's throwing the ball.
And Jalen Hurts, he's a big dude. Like you said, he's a running back. You can run those type of, those read option plays. Kind of, I think they can use them kind of like Carolina uses Cam. A lot of those just QB.
I want to see them do more, like expand on his game. Yeah. Like we know he can do that. You know what I'm saying? And they can probably win with that. But is he looking to play, quarterback at the next level? And if so, you're going to have to be able to, do a little more. Or you think he's going to...
I don't think he can play quarterback at the next level, but I think he's can be a good college quarterback.
Right.
By him on a run, make the easy throws, the screens, the quick slants. And he has some big-time receiver there. Lamb is coming back. He's a big
Lamb is cold. I thought he was like, sometimes I was like, is he better than Hollywood Brown? I don't know. It's close. He was nice.
We're going to see this year.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. He's going to be number one.
It's going to be hard to see with this quarterback and change the whole game. So you're going to see a drastic drop in some numbers.
I know.
Like I said, man, I'm a big believer in Lincoln, man. So I think he's going to scheme some stuff up, man.
Yeah. You got the inside, so they said they haven't seen nothing special yet. And, spring ball just started, though. We can watch them during the spring game.
Definitely.
I think this year's also a lot of pressure on Jim Harbaugh this year with Michigan.
Is it? Because y'all said this last year. They said this last year. That last year was like he was on the high seat. And he didn't come through towards the end.
I think his biggest problem, he has not had a QB since he's been there.
Sure.
We
thought the last guy
Patterson was a high recruit. So I think Jim thought he had his QB. So is it going back to Jim?
You know what it is, though? He can't have that excuse no more. It's like maybe this year is the last year, but he supposed to have his guy in Jackson, like you said, Patterson, like you said. So he's a high recruit. You're this quarterback guru, offensive guy. Jim, what's happening? Come on, man. You got top defense every year.
He's not, though. Like, he's not.
I guess not.
I mean, me watching the Niners is just, he runs a simple-ass offense and play defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a bunch of different, tight end, heavy type packages and different things.
I love his package on Madden, though.
Yeah. He does a lot of different things in the run game with the wham-bam blocks and all that, the traps, and he's going to do all these different things. But in college football, you kind of want to be able to do more because at any time another team can score 14 quick. And with his offense, the way that he does it, he can't fall behind at all. Once his team falls behind, it's over because of their style of play. So that's the thing I would like to see from him. Like, can he expand on that? And he's not. He's going to do what he does, and it's going to be cool 9 out of 11 games. But those 2 games are going to be against the big dogs, and he's not going to be able to come back from it.
I think you're spot on. I mean, even going back to Stanford, Shaw's running what Harbaugh left him at Stanford. I think Harbaugh gets looked at as more of the offensive genius. He just calls the plays. He has a simple, like you said, way. We're going to play defense. That's number one. He's involved on both sides of the ball.
Run the ball, play defense.
Yeah, I think you see it with the Niners. He's involved on both sides of the ball. They had Fangio and Harbaugh. Defense was good, and I think his biggest attribute as a coach is developing talent. That's his biggest attribute, and knowing how to use talent to the best of ability. You saw what he did with Kaepernick. Or know what, Alex is not going to be able to take us to that next level. I'm going to use Cap and we're going to use them in different
He definitely knows how to tailor
talent and
for sure.
and development. That's a big part of coaching. I think they'll develop, but as far as scheming and being creative, I don't believe that's one of his strong suits, like a Peterson from UW, as far as or Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much he is involved. I think he talked like it's like, hey, this is what I want to do, but I don't know how much he actually is the mind behind it. Yeah. I think it's just, hey, these are the different things I want to do. This is how I want to structure this team. I want to be able to, run the ball on offense, heavy packages. I want to be able to do this on defense. But you coordinators are getting paid a lot of money. Y'all need to figure out how to make my vision come true. And he is a leader of men. I will say that. He knows how to lead some men. Yeah. He's a fiery guy. He's a little weird from what I've been told. But he's gonna get guys to play their best. He's gonna get guys to play hard.
Patrick Willis and Bowman, all them old vets from that defense, man, they swore by him though. So I like that.
He's all about football. He's all about football.
I like that those Niners.
He don't care about nothing else. He don't care about. I remember they had the 49ers when they got Levi Stadium. They had like a little ribbon cutting ceremony. He scheduled an extra practice just so his coaches couldn't go over there. It's like, nah, football. Yeah. I don't care about what the hell they doing over there. Jay York, forget him. I don't care about him. We gonna be focused on this football.
And that's how he got out, right? He had a problem with the man.
Yeah, he was tripping with a lot of people.
My boy Shannon be calling him khaki pants.
It was more bulky and stuff.
It's khaki pants,
but
man.
Yeah, I saw he wears his cleats at practice. He's full go.
Coach, one last thing, and it's a question you forgot. Can you give us your all-time secondary?
Yeah.
On the NFL level, what's your all-time secondary? Top, give us left corner, nickel, safety, right corner.
All right, so off top, corner, prime time.
Okay. Easy.
All right.
Easy.
All right. Then on my other side, I'm going to have Champ Bailey.
Okay, I like it. Thank you. Everyone wants to forget about my boy.
All right, and these guys are from more of my era. I could probably go way back and be like this guy, but just from kind of our area since the 90s, and so I'm gonna have Prime on one side, Champ on the other side. All right, and in the slot, this guy didn't really play a slot, but I think he'd be really good in the slot. Asante Samuel. So I'm gonna put Asante Samuel in the slot, and then my two safeties, Ed Reed and Charles Woodson, and that'll probably be my all-time secondary right there.
You got some of my pieces in there.
And I could have put Woodson corner or, but Woodson I think he had his best years at safety, man. He was very versatile. He could drop down in the slot. He can cover. He won defensive MVP. At safety with Green Bay, so
he was at corner. I was gonna say,
he was at Green Bay. He was at safety.
He got moved to safety. Oh, okay. That Super Bowl, he got hurt. He was at safety.
Yeah, he was at safety. But he played a lot of slot too. They would move him down, but he was safety. So what they did was, when he left the Raiders, they thought it was done. He was over with, and the Packers signed him to play safety, and then he really just had a whole second career. And were the best years of his career, interceptions, everything.
Yeah, 2 down years before he left Oakland. Yeah. I think I read an article Charles was talking about. He's like, I didn't even watch film. I just showed up. He said, I showed up. I run Rookie of the Year. This is easy. Last player to win Heisman on defense. He's special. So he said when he got cut, it was I'm not like Charles Woodson. I gotta work. Yeah. He said he got to Green Bay. He said learn how to work. At safety, you had to be smart. You had to learn, or you weren't going to succeed. And that's what he took to the next level. Charles. I think I watched him in Green Bay. I'm like, if Charles played safety the whole time, I think he would have been like Ed Reed, basically, another Ed Reed, be able to tackle and ball hawk. So, man, but I appreciate you coming out here, Eric.
Definitely, Coach.
Pleasure having you. Love hearing all your takes. Definitely shout out your Twitter name. People follow Eric.
Yeah, shout out all your stuff.
Yeah, on Twitter, Eric is at Eric ERIC_Crocker, like Betty Crocker. I'm on there just talking about football all the time.
All the time.
Croc Time U.
Oh yeah, I got Croc Time U defensive back program. So it's picking up. I'm about to start really dedicating more time to specifically that. And I have a training facility that I'm working on getting open pretty soon. A lot of great things I'm trying to do in the community with that. So I got a lot of things I've been working on, man. But
what the end of the 7-on-7 circle looking like for y'all? What y'all got left?
So we got Frisco this weekend for passing down. We have we qualified for this PO. It's called POF, not Plenty of Fish, but Players of the Future.
Okay.
So we qualify for that in SoCal, and as long as we qualify tomorrow for passing down Best of the West, then we'll be in LA again at the end of next month, and then we'll probably go to like one other little local tournament.
Okay. That's big. I mean, appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
What's the best for your team? Hope y'all do well, go all the way. And your players, I love what you're doing in the community, especially out there in Stockton, man. That's big. We gotta get out of here again. Thank you for tuning in to the 500 podcast.
Right?
Please excuse my cat. That's Tito right there. You know, he's trying to get on the show too.
Get some FaceTime.
For the audio listeners, my cat
definitely gotta link up, catch some film or something, Coach, man, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you for tuning to the 501 Huddle podcast, y'all. Appreciate it. Tune in next time, and we out of here. Thank you.
All right.
Still went for it. It's time to change the club.